So, talking about as children are young and parents, and how they are supposed to teach their children and push them to do certain things, and that a lot of parents allow that to be in the hands of the children instead of the parents driving the children to do things that are great for them. And we just touched upon a little piece here that there's particular family members of mine that got swept into the culture of American culture that has gone south, that has taken basically all the life out of them. It's the culture went downhill, and it was basically a rip current in the ocean. And it's like you throw a bunch of people that don't know how to swim into the ocean, and you expect them to do a great job in a rip current that they've never experienced or never got taught how to handle. And how do you expect for them to avoid that? You're going to drown, and you're going to drown in the culture. So that's really what it is. That's a great one, Joshua. We're drowning. People in America are drowning in the garbage culture that exists, and you guys have to identify that. You have to look at the garbage in the culture. The thing is that if back in the day, people were mostly homeschooled and stayed with their families. Now we're sending children to public schools, and the public schools and the children are influencing each other. And what ends up happening a lot of times is a garbage family with a garbage kid. Everybody wants to be the cool kid, but that cool kid is mischievous, and they're out of line. And then so now everybody wants to be the cool kid because for some reason it looks cool, but it's not. So you guys have to understand that the way that the generations in our family hit, we had badass monsters of great grandfathers, and then we had a generation that fell out when the culture hit really hard. The culture hit really, really hard during that time, and in my time as well. But I was greatly influenced by my grandfathers in the best way, and I was also blessed to be in a Christian private school, and that kept a lot of the garbage culture away. And I was not taught to completely avoid the rip current. I was taught to be able to swim next to it and in it and around it, because I was built upon great culture and great people and doing all the right things. So that's where you guys have to just understand. That's how life goes. You have to observe the people around you, and myself and your mom and all the people at school and everybody. And you have to take the good and reject the bad. And you have to look at what's going to work for them for the rest of their life. Because in the rest of your life, you're going to find someone that you like. And if you're not prepared and that person's a winner, then you're technically, you could be a loser. And then you find and meet somebody who's a wonderful, wonderful person, a wonderful female in your life, and then all of a sudden she's not interested in you because you're not doing everything you need to do. You're joking, you're playing, you're not ambitious. You're supposed to be unbelievably ambitious. You're supposed to be focused. You're supposed to be driven with goals. And if you're not, there's something wrong. And so, the conversation started with, why am I basically forcing my children to do sports? And so far so good. I have the two older ones, three older ones. The two boys, I forced them to stay in sports, and that has worked out. And my two little guys now are 10 and 7, and they're still in the sports. And the question rose up, well, how come, what if we just take a break from basketball and we only play one game for 1 hour out of each weekend? So it's not strenuous to the point where there's multiple games and practices, and it's crazy. It's nice YMCA basketball. And what it boils down to is that I have seen both of their development go through the roof. And I truly believe that if they had not done this, that they would be behind development-wise. Also, we do jiu-jitsu every Friday. And if we can get an extra round of jiu-jitsu in, we might on Sunday as well. But at least something steady every week physically it's greatly helping them. And so I really truly hope that this little message can help others as well. At the same time, I got my little guys in the back and I'm talking with them at the same time. So a little bit of wisdom from a dad of 5 children. Have a good day, guys.